My video for February the 18th, 2020 is number 3370. The title is Killer Twin, Angel or Demon? As I've said in other videos, I did not watch TV for over 2 years after moving into my apartment. That has changed. Now I watch every day, searching for things that catch my attention as I flip through the channels. Sometimes a movie catches my attention, as it did with one called Killer Twin. Identical twin girls were put up for adoption, but the adopting parents only took one of them. The other one grew up in an orphanage, bitter that she was not chosen. As she got older, she plotted to take the place of her sister, including taking her husband and child. I'm sure it's a fictional story, but there are many things we can learn from stories. For me, I wonder if God and the so called devil are not twins of some sort. I've seen the devil as the impostor, but why would a loving God allow the deception to go on and on throughout time? That isn't loving at all. So, who is the real God and who is the demon? Or are some of my friends right when they say there is no God? Obvious to me, one of them is a lying killer, an evil pretender. The movie was a Lifetime movie, a thriller, a suspense-filled filled story, and it's about two sisters, Amber and Kendra. And Amber is filled with rage that her sister is living the perfect life with a loving husband, a supportive best friend, and a blossoming career. And she was just awarded the title Educator of the Year. Amber plots to kill her sister and take her place. It's quite a drama. I wonder, where's the plot in the creation motif? Did not the imposter plot to take over and pretend to be the real God? The one who said, I kill, I make alive, there is no God but me. Is that not the pretender? I was taught that that was the real God. But I scratch my head and wonder, how can that be the real God who broadly proclaims itself? I don't even want to say himself or herself, because it's a monster. It's a monster that kills and makes alive. It's a monster that is so driven by their ego that it eradicates love completely. And that's the kind of world, unfortunately, that we seem to be living in, where love is being stamped out, where even identity as a male or a female are being eradicated. And the drama of the world that we see and are living in is a thriller, but it's insane. As I said in the blurb, I have friends in the spiritual community that blatantly state I'm an atheist or there is no God. And I can understand where they come from. As I've said, one of my friends was the music director in the church that I attended for a long time. And due to health issues and circumstances in her life, she reached a place where she became a practicing atheist, and atheism became her religion. Now, I have other friends that maybe didn't make atheism a religion, but they boldly say there is no God. And I have to question myself. But if I came to the place, and I've said this again and again, if I came to the place where I honestly believed there was no God, then I'd also believe life has no meaning, because everything in life seems insane. I have a friend that has offered to give me a healing, offered another friend's healing, and the friend that offered it said, I'll pay for the healing session. And my first thought, and I'm still not totally convinced, but my first thought is, no, it's just another way to get money, and I don't have a lot of money anymore. I just don't. In fact, I'm thinking, I thought I had more money put away for my death, in my son's for my son to take care of my cremation expenses if I die, or when I die. I'm going to die at some point, I'm sure. But I realized that I guess I've drained some money out of that fund to use to get my car fixed and keep my car running. So now I have to look at insurance as to cover, so that my children are not burdened with the expenses of getting my body cremated and whatever else happens when I pass from this world into the next world. And I don't know, frankly, I don't know what's going to happen. There are times I feel that I'm really feeling good and healthy, and then there are other times I'm feeling absolutely beaten down, and I get strange pains in various parts of my body, actually. But as I've said, the thing that I use is my feet are numb, and nobody hears me when I cry out, God, please let me know that you hear me. And the way that I can know that immediately is my feet will no longer be numb. I will be able to walk normally and be more sure-footed. Anyway, folks, the drama in the movie gave me a lot of pause. And I was going to make this video the day before, but as I said in the previous video, I had a friend want to know what happened, why I wasn't showing up at the meeting anymore. Am I okay? Well, are any of us okay? You know, all of us live in a world of deception. All of us live in a world where everything has been turned upside down. And there are those that call evil good, and they make good to be evil. We see that in our so-called political leadership, but we also see it, if we look carefully, in our religious leadership. And all of our religions have been turned into ego trips of my way is the right way. And even if they're not religion, it's my food choices are the right food choices. You've got to be a vegan, you've got to be a vegetarian, you've got to be whatever. And it's just headbutting. It's just an ego trip. And ego is the liar. And yet ego is also the only truth that there is. I am. It's not a name. I am alive. I have thoughts. I have feelings. I exist. I am. So are you. We all have thoughts, feelings, and experiences that shape our perception of reality. But what is real? Is there a God? Is there a devil? Or are they killer twins? Thank you for listening, and namaste.